Authorities in Arizona say all immediate family members of Nancy Guthrie have officially been cleared as suspects in her disappearance, as law enforcement continues an active investigation into what they believe may have been a forced abduction. The announcement was made Monday by Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos, who addressed growing public speculation surrounding the case and emphasized that Nancy Guthrie's relatives have been fully cooperative since the beginning of the investigation. Nancy Guthrie, 84, was reported missing on February 1st from her home in Tucson, Arizona. She is the mother of NBC's Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, a detail that has brought national attention to what local authorities describe as a deeply concerning case. According to investigators, evidence at the residence suggests that Nancy Guthrie may have been taken from her home during the night. Sheriff Nanos previously stated that signs at the scene were consistent with a possible abduction, though specific details about that evidence have not been publicly disclosed. During Monday's briefing, Sheriff Nanos made it clear that members of the Guthrie family, including her children and their spouses, are no longer considered persons of interest. "They have been nothing but cooperative and gracious," he said, adding that they are themselves victims in this case. The sheriff also addressed online speculation and rumors, stating that suggesting family involvement is not only incorrect, but cruel. The decision to formally clear the family appears to be part of an effort by investigators to refocus attention on other leads. Law enforcement officials have confirmed that the case remains active and that multiple investigative avenues are being pursued. Detectives are working alongside federal agencies, though authorities have not publicly detailed which agencies are assisting beyond acknowledging federal involvement. Since Nancy Guthrie was reported missing, the Sheriff's Department has released requests for surveillance footage from neighbors and nearby businesses covering the time frame before and after her disappearance. Investigators have also sought information from residents who may have noticed unusual activity in the area in the days leading up to February 1st. Officials have not confirmed whether any specific video evidence has yielded a suspect description or vehicle identification. Public appeals from the family have played a visible role in the case. Savannah Guthrie and her siblings have issued video statements asking for help in locating their mother. In those appeals, they described Nancy as a loving parent and grandmother and urged anyone with information to contact authorities. The family has also requested privacy during what they describe as an extraordinarily difficult time. Authorities have not released information about a possible motive, nor have they announced any arrests or identified named suspects. Sheriff Nanos has stated that law enforcement is carefully evaluating evidence and conducting interviews as part of a methodical process. He has also emphasized that protecting the integrity of the investigation limits what information can be shared publicly. Investigators believe Nancy Guthrie was taken sometime overnight, though the exact timeline remains under review. Officials have not indicated whether there were signs of forced entry into the home, and they have not disclosed whether any personal belongings were missing. Such details are often withheld in ongoing investigations to prevent compromising potential leads. The case has drawn widespread attention not only because of Savannah Guthrie's public profile, but also because of Nancy Guthrie's age. At 84, concerns about her health and safety are heightened. Law enforcement has acknowledged the urgency of locating her as quickly as possible, particularly given the vulnerabilities associated with advanced age. Search efforts have included coordinated activity by local deputies, search teams, and investigative personnel. Authorities have not specified whether ground searches have extended beyond the immediate residential area, but law enforcement agencies typically conduct both neighborhood canvassing and broader regional outreach in missing person cases of this nature. Sheriff Nanos reiterated that clearing the family does not indicate a narrowing of the case to any specific suspect. Instead, he said it reflects the conclusion of one investigative branch, allowing resources to concentrate on other possibilities. This is not the end of the investigation, he emphasized. Legal experts note that in high-profile disappearance cases, it is common for law enforcement to evaluate those closest to the missing individual first. Clearing family members publicly can help dispel misinformation and reduce unwarranted suspicion. However, investigators generally continue to assess all evidence as new information becomes available. Community members in Tucson have expressed concern and solidarity with the Guthrie family. Local residents have reported increased awareness and cooperation with law enforcement requests for footage or information. Authorities continue to encourage anyone who may have seen suspicious vehicles, individuals, or activity near Nancy Guthrie's home around the time of her disappearance to come forward. While speculation online has circulated theories, officials have repeatedly urged the public to rely only on confirmed updates from the sheriff's department. Sheriff Nanos emphasized that misinformation can hinder investigative progress and cause additional harm to those already affected. As of now, there is no confirmed evidence that Nancy Guthrie left her home voluntarily. Investigators continue to treat the case as a possible abduction, though they have not ruled out any scenarios publicly. Law enforcement has declined to comment on whether ransom demands or communications have been received. Federal resources often provide forensic support, digital analysis, and additional manpower in complex disappearance investigations. Though specific details about federal involvement have not been outlined, authorities confirmed that outside agencies are assisting. The case remains open, and officials say updates will be provided when developments occur. In the meantime, law enforcement urges the public to remain vigilant and report any information that could aid in locating Nancy Guthrie. For the Guthrie family, the focus remains on bringing Nancy home safely. For investigators, the objective is clear: follow the evidence wherever it leads. As this story continues to develop, authorities stress that patience and cooperation from the public are essential. The investigation is ongoing, and officials say they are committed to resolving the case and providing answers.